is Lena KrupinA, and today we will have a video about an amazing weekend with an incredible broadcast from Dubai, which I imagined for myself. I was madly waiting for this weekend and thought I would watch gymnastics from morning till evening. But at first in Portimao, the organizers said that there would be no all-around broadcast. Then in Dubai, the promised broadcast on YouTube turned into something wildly strange, as it was from space. In fact, this is one of the main reasons why videos about tournaments were not released every day. So today we'll talk about the tournament in Dubai, how Dina and Arina Averina's Alina Gornosko and Lala Kramarenko performed there, why Russia was left without gold medals, whether the Russian gymnasts were judged unfairly, and why Lala failed to win medals. Well, a separate video about the tournament at Portimao and the Absolute Championship of Italy will be released soon. So be sure to subscribe to not miss anything. Well, I will be especially pleased if you can support me. So you can do that via the links in the description, comment or like the video. Thank you very much. From May 28th to May 29th, Dubai hosted the first International Cup of the United Arab Emirates, where the best gymnasts of Russia and Belarus performed. Considering that the links to the broadcast appeared as far in advance as possible, and how this tournament was promoted, I think everyone was waiting for an incredible broadcast from the tournament, or at least a single camera broadcast with normal sound. But in fact, of course, a single camera broadcast. But there was a feeling that it was just someone's stacked phone, and that person decided to please us and take videos. Of course, in such case, you think it's better than nothing, but it was sad considering that everyone wanted to watch both the Belarusian and Russian women. Especially everyone was waiting for Dina and Arina, who had not been seen on the competition carpet for a long time in the competition with strong athletes. So, to the results of the all-around, the Belarusian gymnast Alina Harnasko won the gold medal. A very interesting moment of the tournament is the very small gaps between the points of the top 5, literally in some hundredth. In the sum of 4 routines, Alina of course still broke away by almost 2 points from her closest rival, and in general, Alina looked good at the tournament, confidently, like an adult, and probably with the most developed routines. But questions about performance still remains, and probably the biggest one is about the ribbon. So in the final with ribbon, Alina made a loss when the parties left the carpet, and entanglements were also in place, but she still scored the most points. So there was talk that Russian gymnasts were judged unfairly. After the tournament, information appeared that the organizer of the tournament was a former student of Marina Lobuch, and this was the main reason why gymnasts of Belarus scored high. But if you remember the tournament in Russia, then in principle, whoever's in charge is the one who wins. If according to the general impression, I think there is no questions that Alina became first, though only a moment with the ribbon that jarred everyone. It also seems strange to me that Alina is as serious as possible in almost all the photos from the tournament. Maybe the injury is still making her struggle, or maybe she herself is upset that she won some medals. But maybe of course they just took pictures when Alina was not smiling. Usually Alina is always the most joyful and happy, but here apparently something was still wrong. Russian gymnast Lala Kramarenko won the silver medal of the tournament. Based on the execution, a loss was made in the hoop with a run, and there was a little dirt in the ribbon. In general, looking at Lala, it is clear that she is fully training, and her programs are much more developed than those of the Averina sisters. Well, if you do not believe in the universal conspiracy, then there are several reasons why Lala could not overtake Lena. So probably one of the main reasons is that Lala is still getting rating at the international competitions. She's not yet well known to the judges in the adult program, given the experience of the past years. This is not an unimportant factor. Perhaps someone does not like her body form. Out of this, at least, I often read in the comments under the video. Therefore, this may be a desire to hold back the scores. I think everyone notices that during the exercise, Lala spends a lot of time on turns. So this may be another reason why she simply does not physically have time to score points in the apparatus difficulty. After all, in the FIGE rules, elements are not valued as high as in the Russian rules. But the truth is, based on the protocols, looking at the difficulty, she has a good difficulty, and she is losing to the girls either in artisticity or in execution. In terms of artisticity, I think there are no questions for Alina Harnasko. Alina's programs seem more mature and fold into an image, while Lala's music is less reflected, in my opinion. Again, perhaps due to the large number of turns. Although the leotard, music and dance steps look cool, but when everything adds into 1 minute and 30 seconds, there is a feeling as if something is missing. And in terms of execution, there are breakdowns of elements. I think if Lala and Alina both performed according to the rules of FIGE on international competitions where everyone performed, then over time we would see the real fight. The bronze medal of the tournament was won by Dina Averina, and I was delighted with each of her compositions, like for real. Usually it happens that sometimes I doesn't touch me in terms of music or style, but this time Dina came to me in everything and in all routines. This happens very rarely, but it's really cool. Of course, not everything worked out from here, and only the 3rd place. Well, in general, I think it is noticeable from the purity of the performance that the girls are not in their best shape. For me, it somehow reminds of the Grand Prix stage in Moscow, which usually takes place in February, and where girls run programs. I'm sure, judging by the support of the audience, the girls were satisfied with this tournament, and they were smiling in all photographs, so I think there is no question that they are upset or dissatisfied at all. While in the ribbon, Dina made a loss and there was dirt and an entanglement. For the rest of the exercise, there were no big losses, but the dirty execution and the falls from elements were present. Anastasia Salos from Belarus took 4th place, having overtaken her nearest rival by several tenths. On the first day, Nastya coped with her programs much better. On the second day, she lost, but I personally am always glad for Nastya. She is somehow kind and sincere, and this image is transmitted through her routines. Well, there is always something unique in the routines, and Nastya is remembered. While in the all-around, Arina Averina was in 5th place. In terms of execution of her performance, Arina seemed to be much cleaner than Dina, but Risha allowed big losses, so there was a loss in the ball out of the carpet. The apartist fell out of her hand in the clubs, and there was a tanglement in the ribbon. Here again is the very strange effect. As soon as Arina performed outside of Russia, she always loses to Dina. Either this is a coincidence or it's actually easier for Arina to perform at home. Also, following the results of the performance of 4 routines of girls, they were awarded in the finals of individual events. Alina Gornosko won gold medals in the final with ball, clubs, and ribbon, as well as a silver in the hoop. Anastasia Salos won gold medal in the hoop final. Lala Kramarenko won silver medal in the club and ribbon final, and the bronze medal in the ball final. Dina Averina won silver in the ball and bronze in the clubs, and Arina won bronze medals in the hoop and ribbon. Also, juniors competed in this tournament, where Anna Popova won the gold medal. In the all-around, we can finally say, for many who are waiting for her performances, the silver was won by Maria Borisova, also a gymnast of Russia, and the bronze was won by Daria Krokotova, a gymnast representing Belarus. The renewed routine and team of the group of the Russian national team also performed in Dubai. At the moment, there are no old people there, and many even like it, because the girls are like a new breath of fresh air. New programs, new faces, new coaches. I like what the gymnasts are now showing in the group. The only thing I miss is to see them at real international competitions, in real competition. Write in the comments if you like the tournament in Dubai. Did you watch it, and who did you like the most? What do you think about the bad judging of Russian gymnasts, and do you think that Alina was overestimated? It will be interesting to read your opinion. I really enjoyed the tournament. I was especially glad to see Dina Averina and Alina Harnasko. It was interesting to look at Lena a gymnast who is ahead of the frame for her level, but we don't see her in the national team yet. Well, about judging, if you follow my shorts on YouTube, then you know how I feel about this. I know that our sport is as subjunctive as possible, and you should never forget about this. But I sincerely believe that judges evaluate, and in fact, it turns out as it is, without arguing, but simply because someone liked it more at the tournament. And if you look at the results, Alina really looked more confident at the tournament, but Lala is just starting her journey on the world stage, so maybe she has everything ahead for her. Well, that's all for me. Remember that I love you all very much, and bye bye.